Our company has been providing liquid manure spreading as a contract service for several years. We operate across half the country, all the way from the western border to the line of the Danube. So far we have worked with 2 high-performance machines. This season we started with 3. We purchased the new Vervaet Quad 550, which you can see next to me, for our fleet. With the arrival of this machine, we also started moving towards precision systems. This machine is already equipped with John Deere's NIR sensor system, which is capable of analyzing the content of the liquid manure in real time. We can carefully document this information for our partners, and from this we are able to see exactly which parts of their fields received which nutrients, with the data broken down into nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Currently, uniquely in the country, with the help of this device, we can carry out application in such a way that we don't consider the cubic meter target value, but rather if our partners have any specific requests. For example, if they want to apply 100 kilograms of nitrogen, then using the sensor we set the machine so that 100 kilograms of nitrogen is our target value, and the machine controls its pump accordingly. So if the material is stronger and we set a 50 cubic meter application target, but the material is more concentrated, then the pump will be adjusted to apply 30 cubic meters of nutrients. If the material is weaker, then it might apply 70 cubic meters.
This way, we can apply the nutrients to the area more uniformly.
The data provided by the system can be monitored on the screens. We can track it in real time and also access it retrospectively, and remote access is also possible. We can conveniently log into the system from any smart device and meticulously track all the work we've diligently completed afterwards as well. Here, for example, is a specific area that we successfully completed quite recently. This particular section was the very last field we worked on for the farm. At first, we started with a target value of 50 cubic meters, but then we were told that the liquid manure would run out and they wanted their entire field to be injected, so we reduced the dose to 30 cubic meters. This is also very good because later on the agricultural farm can clearly see which specific area received precisely what dose, and it absolutely won't be a question of why the crop is noticeably weaker here or perhaps significantly stronger there. On this detailed map we can easily see what our advanced machine is currently working on. Right now, at this precise moment, we're viewing the map in terms of cubic meters. Here in the convenient top menu bar, we can readily select which particular data we want to prominently display on our interactive map. For example, we can select to display the applied specific nitrogen amount per hectare, and then right here we can clearly see precisely how much nitrogen is actually being applied per hectare in direct relation to the 50 cubic meters of liquid manure that has been utilized. If we want to carefully change it, for example, to thoroughly check the phosphorus content, this is a particular material that is notably low in phosphorus. We can clearly see that it currently contains phosphorus ranging from approximately 7 kilos to about 4.7. All our maps are set to be very sensitive so that we can see as accurately as possible, which is why they are all in different colors. So if I change the values for it here on the side, to set the range in which it examines the material, we would get a more uniform map, but right now it's set with a very small variance. In addition to the content values, we can also see, for example, at what speed it was moving in different places. Then we can also clearly see the fuel consumption per hectare. This important indicator shows that the machine typically consumes between 3.3 liters and 11.6 liters per hectare, depending on various factors. These content and technical machine data are also available on the Vervaet Connect website. Here we are able to bring up and display somewhat more complex and detailed maps from this system. Specifically, if we proceed to click on certain individual raster cells within these displayed maps, it then becomes readily available and entirely possible to clearly perceive what specific content or data that particular raster cell has received and is currently holding. It is also clearly visible here that the target value was 50 cubic meters. It received 39 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare, 4.9 of phosphorus, and 105 kilograms of potassium. This is quite a potassium-rich material. If we want to carefully check, for example, the detailed engine load data for this particular machine here, we can clearly observe that with the 50 cubic meters of material, this specific machine was predominantly operated at approximately 70 to 80% of its full engine load capacity in this designated area. You can also clearly see the speed data. For the most part, the machine was running at approximately 14 kilometers per hour here during the work operation.